One thing that threw me off a few years back was this person I was talking to. They they had said that you haven't went through anything. I'm looking at your eyes and I see, I still see like joy, light. It's not dull because like my light has always been ignited within me. I just didn't know it. I wasn't really conscious then. And then there was like your parents' eyes. I can see the pain they went through. I could see they're dull. They went through some stuff. And looking back at it now, I realize, it's just that we all have paths we venture on in life that could affect us in a multitude of ways. It's all about how we react to those trials, so to speak. Because we all have trials in life, right, to test us, see how we act. In these quote unquote extreme situations, but every situation really isn't extreme, even though there might be some extreme like near death situations, but there's always a way out, right? The thing is, we have to want to see the way out, right? And sometimes we do self-sabotage ourselves without knowing it. I'm guilty. I know I am. I'm guilty of it due to certain circumstances. I believe we all can be to an extent. But just them saying that, her saying that, it had I didn't understand it. I was like, you want me to be hurt? You know what I'm saying? Like, why you want me to like look sad or something like that, or look defeated? Like, why do I have to look like this to make you feel okay? Because it made me seem like, do you want to hurt me or something? You know what I mean? Like, do you want me to go through some extra pain? But the thing was, I've been through a lot of stuff before I even met them. I just never really, I chose not to show that because because I overcame it, and it didn't really, it didn't really matter anymore. Certain things I go through, I don't even tell people about because, first of all, nobody cares. People really don't care. They say they care, but they don't. And I try to be and that's not for everybody, but a lot of people really don't care. When you realize it, because everybody has their own battles in life that they're going through. Everybody going through something. And me personally, I try to pause for a minute and just be that person that could listen to somebody. Somebody might just want somebody to listen to them and just be that ear. You know what I'm saying? Because sometimes all it takes is just one person to ask, or one person to listen to somebody that wants to be heard, that could change their whole life narrative. You know what I'm saying? But that quote, it had, like I said, it didn't really mess me up. It just made me curious, and like reflecting on it now, like I understand, like people really can see me or view me in a different light because of that. Because of, like, they can see the light in my eyes. My eyes aren't just dull or dead or whatever. And I realize certain people's lights just have been dimmed. And because we all have a light inside of us. It's just people don't choose to see it, and that's their thing. That's their choice. Life happens to everybody, but we can always choose certain paths that we can take on this journey, right? If you want to take the path of darkness and stay in that darkness, that's up to individuals. If you want to be in the darkness, like, I want to be on the light side, that's your choice, free will, right?